Welcome back to Rab Rogers Field on the campus of Ouachita Baptist University for Game 2 of this Great American Conference doubleheader between the Ouachita Tigers and the Northwestern Oklahoma State Rangers. Good evening or good afternoon. This is Chris Babb sitting in for Matthew Branch. Appreciate his work. He's moved down to the trailer, and he'll be running the show along with Katie Hatchett for Game 2 of this doubleheader. The Tigers are looking to even the series and send this one to a rubber match tomorrow, and the Rangers are looking to win the series and try to go for a sweep tomorrow. Northwestern State won Game 1 7-3, and we are just about ready for Game 2 between Ouachita and Northwestern. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for the Northwestern State Rangers. Looks much like the first game, as batting first and playing right field, number 27, Dylan Norson. Batting second, playing shortstop, number 5, Yugo Hamakawa. Batting third and playing left field, number 2, Dashel Johnson. Batting cleanup and playing third base, number 6, Marcus Page. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 12, Blake Hoffman. Preston Lunadier will bat 6 and play center field. Parker Bass bats 7th, Jake White 8th, and Brett Erickson 9th. On the mound for Ouachita to start Game 2 will be Hunter Gautreaux. Hunter Gautreaux had a nice outing against Harding. Unfortunately, didn't come up with a win, and this is his 7th appearance. It's his 4th start. He's pitched 21 1/3 innings. So he'll step in on the mound, and his first batter will be Dylan Norson. Norson steps in from the right side. Came in to this series batting .327. First pitch, a high pop-up on the infield. Long camp out under it for Tyler Reebok, getting the start at third base for Ouachita. Started the first game at second base. 1 pitch and 1 out for Hunter Gautreaux. Gautreaux, the senior right-hander from Bauxite High School. 1 pitch and 1 out. Hamakawa steps into the box now for Northwestern. Came into today. He's started all 17 games that Northwestern has played. Northwestern 8-8 overall, evening their record with the Game 1 win. He bats .368 on the season. 5 doubles, 2 home runs, 11 RBI. Swinging a dribbler down the first base line is going to roll foul to even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike to Hamakawa. A 5'8", 160-pound junior from Tokyo. Played at Edmonds Community College before moving to Alva to play for the Rangers. 1-1 the count from the righty Gautreaux. Fastball right down the middle for strike 2. So 1-2 the count now to the lefty, one of only 3 left-handers in this Northwestern Oklahoma State lineup. The 1-2 pitch from Gautreaux. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball, and Gautreaux strikes out Hamakawa swinging for the second out of the inning. First strikeout of the game for Gautreaux. And Dashel Johnson will step into the plate, the senior left fielder. Faces the senior right-hander, Hunter Gautreaux. Righty on righty matchup. Ground ball to Reebok. Stop, the throw over, and 3 up, 3 down. Go the Rangers. A nice, efficient first inning of work for Hunter Gautreaux. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. To the bottom of the first, Northwestern Oklahoma State 0, Ouachita coming to bat, and we'll be back after this timeout on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens? Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
Welcome back to Rab Rogers Field at Ouachita Baptist University. Bottom of the first, on the mound for Northwestern Oklahoma State, Ethan Swanson. He'll get the start pitching for the Rangers. He'll face Cade Burris, Tyler Reebok, C.W. Schrader, the first three in the Ouachita order. Cole Kelly will bat cleanup. Cade McBride batting fifth. Pierce Mitchum will bat sixth and play center field. Bo Burson getting the start in right field and playing batting seventh and playing right field. Judd Arrington will bat eighth and play second base for Ouachita. And Hayden Childers will get the start at catcher today. So Burris, Reebok, Schrader, Kelly, McBride, Mitchum, Burson, Arrington, Childers is the batting order for the Tigers. Hunter Gotro on the mound, as you saw him have an effective top of the first inning. So Cade Burris steps in. Burris had a triple in the ninth inning of game one, ended up scoring that third run, but it was not enough as Northwestern Oklahoma State got a complete game win from Scott Creedon. First pitch swing and base hit through the left side for Cade Burris. So a single to left field for Cade Burris. He came into this game batting .300, so his average will go up a little bit on that first pitch base hit to left field. So Tyler Reebok steps in now, getting the start at third base in game two, batting .283 on the season. He bats a throwback over to first base, keeping Burris honest. Reebok, the senior from Rockwall, Texas, try to get things going offensively for Ouachita against the righty, Ethan Swanson. First pitch Reebok sees is a fastball outside for ball one. Beautiful day in Arkadelphia, sandwiched by rainstorms. Had rainstorms Wednesday night and Thursday. Believe there's a chance for some rain later or sometime tomorrow afternoon. Another throwback over to first base to keep Burris honest, but believe there's another chance for some rain tomorrow. So the game time for tomorrow is scheduled for noon as of now, but need to keep an eye on social media. The 1-0 pitch is high and outside to Reebok. Need to keep an eye on OBUTigers.com, the OBU Athletics Facebook and Twitter accounts, and also the OBU Baseball Twitter account, as there is the possibility that tomorrow's game that is scheduled for noon could be moved to somewhat of an earlier start to try to escape any weather that is coming in the area tomorrow afternoon. The 2-0 pitch is a fastball high and just outside for ball three. So 3-0 the count to Reebok. Burris stands at first after a first pitch base hit into left field between third and short to start things off for the Tigers, who are looking to get things going offensively. The 3-0 pitch is a take. A fastball catches the outside part of the plate for strike one. This is a Ouachita team that was just one strike away from a sweep of Harding 2 weekends ago. The 3-1 pitch to Reebok is a hard cut. Fouls that one off. So 3-2 is the count now to the left-handed batting third baseman. You don't hear that very often. Bats left, throws right, so Reebok will try to stay alive and put Burris in motion. Burris doesn't have a huge lead at first. Double play depth in the infield for the Rangers. The 3-2 pitch is a fastball high and outside for ball four. So the first two runners reach for Ouachita as Reebok draws a full count walk. C.W. Schrader steps in now with nobody out and runners on first and second. In the first game, the first three innings, Ouachita ended rallies with inning-ending double plays as the Northwestern pitcher Scott Creedon was able to get out of a couple of early jams and really snuff out any Ouachita offensive rallies. Now Ouachita will try to get things going here with nobody out. A bunt laid down by Schrader is going to roll foul. And we'll do it all over again, and C.W. Schrader will be in the hole 0-1. Schrader, a sophomore business major from Red Oak, Texas, Red Oak High School. Batting .259 coming into the season. This is his 16th start in the 2021 season. 6 RBIs, and he sure would like to put a base hit into left center field and score McBride from second to give Ouachita an early lead. The 0-1 pitch, he squares around, he pulls it back as that fastball was high for ball one. So the count even at Schrader at 1-1. Reebok at first on the walk. Burris had the leadoff hit, and he stands at second. Hamakawa there in your picture at short with the umpire and Burris. Just a lot of people there in that shot, but we're glad to have it. A swinging bunt down the third base line. That's fielded fair. Throw over from Dashel Johnson. Gets Schrader, but it's in essence what he was trying to do with the bunt. Instead of being a sacrifice bunt, he's thrown out 5-3 for the first out of the inning. Burris advances to third, Reebok to second, and so now for Pierce Mitchum, 2 runners are in scoring position with 1 out. Mitchum batting .263. He's batting 6th in this Ouachita lineup today. First pitch, fastball. Late on it, fouled that one over the first base dugout. Good velocity on that fastball from Ethan Swanson. Swanson, a 7.13 ERA, 0-2 on the season. It's his 6th appearance. His 5th start. He's pitched 17 2/3 innings, given up 20 hits, 17 runs, 14 of those earned. Mitchum trying to add to that. A breaking ball. Nice pitch that time by Swanson. You follow up a high-velocity fastball with a breaking ball on the next pitch, catching Mitchum and then putting him in the hole, 0-2, having to protect. And the fastball looked like it was low in the zone. Mitchum thought it was ball one. The catcher dropped it, but because Mitchum didn't try to advance to first, the catcher was able to apply the tag. So the strikeout to the backwards K on Mitchum for the second out of the inning, and that'll leave it up to that was Cole Kelly. Sometimes you just mess things up, right? That was Cole Kelly at bat. Got off in my batting order. That was Cole Kelly batting there. He struck out looking, and now Cade McBride is stepping to the plate. So Cole Kelly, the DH in today's game, batting 4th. Now Cade McBride steps in, and we will correct our scorebook. That's what happens when you have double headers and you have to rush and get things going. You don't get your lineup card written in correctly. So now Cade McBride steps in. 2-0 count, a foul ball down the right field line will go foul. And it's 2-1 the count now. So far today, based on the play-by-play, Cade McBride has been on second base and he struck out. That's a talented inning for any of you watching at home. I think I said Cade McBride instead of Cade Burris, and then Cade McBride struck out. Now he's going to have a chance to, man, that umpire has really liked that low fastball. You're blocked by the field umpire, but if a pitcher can get that call, he can live there all day long and really have control of the game. So now 2's on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. The 2-2 pitch, a breaking ball, high fly ball to left field. That's going to be trouble. It's not going to be deep enough for a home run, but it is going to drive 2 runs home. And Cade McBride has a big inning. Not just because I gave him 3 other duties earlier in the game, but that is a 2 RBI double with 2 strikes and 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. So now Cade McBride comes up big for the Tigers. And Ouachita leads 2-0. Now Pierce Mitchum comes up. First pitch swinging. A chopper to third base. Now Dashel Johnson makes the play. Nice play by the third baseman for Northwestern State. Dashiell Johnson, and he retires Pierce Mitchum. But Ouachita does get on the board, 2 runs on 2 hits. There were no errors. There was 1 runner left on base. We're going to take a break so we can get a scorecard right in the box and get things going from the rest of the game. In this 7-inning game, Ouachita strikes first, 2-0. Hunter Gotro coming back out for his 2nd inning of work, and we'll be back to bring it to you after this message on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Coming up for Northwestern Oklahoma State in the top of the 2nd inning will be Marcus Page. Page, a 5'11", 195-pound senior from Las Vegas, Nevada. Transfer from South Mountain Community College. Page batting .320 on the season. This is his 16th start. 50 at-bats. He's had 16 hits, 4 doubles, a triple, 4 home runs, 16 RBIs. He's hit for power. He's hit for average. He's hit every way you can. He'll try to get things going for Northwestern State here in the top of the 2nd inning, as Ouachita got a 2-0 lead on a 2-out, 2 RBI double from Cade McBride. Hunter Gotro was efficient in the first inning. Efficient and pitching in the inning comes up efficient itching. Gotro's breaking ball, nice breaking ball that time by Hunter Gotro. And he got Page swinging, and he is ahead in the count, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch from Gotro, another off-speed pitch. Just high. This is a low strike zone that we have seen in the first inning, and 2 pitches from the home plate umpire. Likes the low fastball. Doesn't like the belt high pitch. We'll see if that stays. The 1-1 pitch is fouled off over the right side, and now Gotro is ahead in the count. 1-2. Page increases his average with a 1-2 base hit into left center field. So Page gives Northwestern State its first base runner of the day, and Blake Hoffman will come up to bat now. Hoffman, a 6'4", 215-pound redshirt junior from the Colony, Texas, transferred from Ranger College in Texas. He stands in from the left side, listed as a left-handed pitcher on their roster, but he is getting the DH. The start is a DH in Game 2. He bats with Page at first. Fastball missed for ball 1. Page, 2 of 4 on stolen base attempts this season. A throw back over from Gotro. Page slides in safely. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Gotro took something off of that one, and he gets back even in the count, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a high chopper to second base. Not going to be enough for a double play, a throw over to first, and the call from the field umpire is that Hoffman is out. The Northwestern State coaching staff and a couple of the fans and maybe Hoffman himself would beg to differ, but nevertheless, Hoffman is retired on the 4-3 put out on the high chopper. Page advances to second, and so now Preston Lonadier comes to bat with a runner in scoring position, and Gautreaux will step off. Swing and a miss, a nice breaking ball from Gautreaux. It's him ahead in the count, 0-1. Page with a short lead and then gets his secondary. The fastball, the 0-1 fastball, is high from Gautreaux to even the count to Lonadier. 1-1, 1 out, runner at second. Ouachita leading 2-0. The 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball catches the inside part of the plate for a called strike two. Lonadier thought it was about to hit him, and it was. He thought that was going to be ball two, but instead, Gautreaux is ahead in the count, 1-2 now, to the Northwestern Oklahoma State center fielder. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball. Same location over the plate, but just too far upstairs, and so now the count is 2-2. Off the end of the bat, the ball to second base, up and over for the second out of the inning. That was fielded by Judd Arrington at second base. Arrington with another 4-3 put out, the freshman from Allen, Texas, transfer from Angelo State. Gets the second out, the second consecutive out on the 4-3. Page is at third now, and now Parker Base. That is a baseball name, isn't it? Parker Base steps in. The first baseman steps in from the left side. Big swing and a miss from Base. Base is a 6-foot, 205-pound junior from Abilene, Kansas, a transfer from Butler Community College. He's going to try to pull one into right field to cut this Ouachita lead in half. The 0-1 pitch. Fastball low and inside. Nice stop by the catcher for Ouachita today in Game 2. That is Hayden Childers. 1-1 the count from Gautreaux to Base. The 1-1 pitch, swing, and a ground ball just over Gautreaux. Cannot be fielded by C-Dub Schrader at shortstop. Gets under his glove. So Page will score to make it 2-1. We'll have to see if Base is giving a base hit or if that is considered an error. C-Dub Schrader playing shortstop had to field that one just in front of the second base bag. And it brings to the plate Jake White for Northwestern State. 2-1 now the score. Jake White, the catcher, batting 8th for Northwestern State. First pitch, fastball right down Main Street from Gautreaux. They are going to give Base a single. The 0-1 pitch from Gautreaux. Swing and a miss, strike two. And Gautreaux is ahead in the count to Jake White, 0-2. The Rangers 8-8 overall, 7-6 in the conference after the Game 1 win. The 0-2 pitch from Gautreaux, swing and a foul ball just into the net. And Jake White stays alive. If White is able to reach, Brett Erickson, the 9-hole hitter and playing second base, will bat for the Rangers. And then it would be back to the top of the order to Norson. Gautreaux does not want that to happen here. The 0-2 pitch just misses outside. Nice framing job by Childers, but can't get the call, and the count is 1-2. The 1-2 pitch, the runner goes. Ball in the left-handed batter's box, bounces. Nice stop by Childers, so base will steal second. And so now a runner in scoring position with 1 on and 2 out. White steps back in. Northwestern Oklahoma State Rangers from Alva, Oklahoma. Had a good drive. This is not an easy trip from Alva to Arkadelphia, and that's a shot up to center field. Going to be able to make the play. Nice running catch for the 3rd out of the inning. Nice job by Pierce Mitchum out in center field for the Tigers to end the rally and strand a runner at second. But Northwestern Oklahoma State does get 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors. There was 1 runner left on base. To the bottom of the second, Ouachita 2, Northwestern Oklahoma State 1. We'll be back with the bottom of the second after this timeout on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
We go to the bottom of the second inning for Ouachita. It will be the 7, 8, 9 hitters, Bo Burson, Judd Arrington, and Hayden Childers. Bo Burson getting the start in right field today. Also could see Burson on the mound, son. Judd Arrington getting the start at second base, and Hayden Childers getting the start behind the dish for Ouachita. They bat 7, 8, 9 in this lineup, and they will see Ethan Swanson, the starter. And then if any of these 3 are able to reach and get to the 4th batter, we'll go back to the top of the order to Cade Burris. So Bo Burson steps in. Bo Burson does not have many at-bats on this season. Coach Howard trying to shake things up a little bit. And the righty steps in. First pitch from Swanson is a fastball low. The 1-0 pitch also low. Nice dig there by Northwestern Oklahoma State catcher Jake White. The 2-0 pitch is a fastball that jams Burson, and he fouls that one over or on top of Benson Blackman Fieldhouse beyond the third base line. 2-1, the count now to Burson. Another foul ball out of play. 2-2. Two-two pitch. Nice take by Burson there to run the count full. 3-2. Three-two pitch. High fly ball into right field. Dylan Norson's going to camp out under it and make the catch to retire Burson for the first out of the inning. So F9 goes down for Burson, and Judd Arrington comes to the plate. Only the 11th at bat of the season for Arrington. Arrington, the freshman from Allen, as we mentioned, transfer from Angelo State University. Sees a first pitch breaking ball, and it's called for strike one. That is the same pitch that Gotro got in the first The 0-1 breaking ball is swung on and missed for strike two. So quickly, Arrington's in the hole, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike three, and Arrington is down on 3 straight for the second out of the inning. Hayden Childers to the plate now. Another one of those kind of new insertions into the lineup during the conference season. This is only his 4th at-bat of the season. Children's getting the start at catcher, and the umpire did not rule in favor of Swanson on that inside breaking ball. If you're going to get it, you might as well try to inch farther in, see how much you can get, and that pitch got way too far inside, and it caught Childers in the leg. And Childers is going to have to jog on down and maybe walk that one off. Childers, the sophomore from Batesville High School, from Cord, Arkansas, a kinesiology major. Back to the top of the order for Cade Burris. Burris led off the game with a shot to left center field, and the shortstop is shading him right where Burris hit that ball the first at bat. He swings on the first pitch he sees from Swanson again, but comes up empty. Burris raised his .300 batting average with his first at bat to lead off the top of the first inning. He's 1 for 1 on the day. A breaking ball starts over the outside part of the plate and keeps breaking. And Burris is even in the count, 1-1. Hayden Childers at first after he got hit by the second offering. Throw back down to first. Nice save that time by Parker Bass, the first baseman from Northwestern Oklahoma State. Throw down from Jake White was a little bit high, but Parker Bass, listed at 6 foot, that's a tall 6-footer. He jumped up and kept that ball from going into right field. 1-2, the throw back over to check on Childers. Now Burris stands in with 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, and that will end the bottom of the second inning for Ouachita. So no runs and no hits and no errors. There were 1 runner left on base. After 2 complete, Ouachita 2, Northwestern Oklahoma State 1. Back with the third after this timeout on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
In the number 2 position on our top 30 countdown this week, here's In Your Hands. Hey, are you trying to kill us both?
What?
Are you aware that on average there are almost 10 texting and driving deaths each day?
No, that's awful.
Yeah, it is awful, so don't do it. The text can wait.
Thanks.
Anytime. And now...
Remember, the text can wait.
The text can wait till you get home. Don't ever forget that, Cooper. We go to the top of the third inning. It'll be the 9-1-2 hitters for Northwestern Oklahoma State on a beautiful day in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. It's mid-60s, low 70 degrees. Not a cloud in the sky. That hasn't been the case earlier this week, and we don't think it will be the case at some point tomorrow. I believe the storm was there was supposed to be another storm coming in late Sunday, but I believe or it rained anyway, but I believe that forecast has been moved up for the rain to come in earlier into Saturday, even tomorrow afternoon. So I mentioned it earlier, but regarding tomorrow's game 3 of this series, we are scheduled for a noon start tomorrow. That's Saturday, a little bit earlier since a nice shot down from Childers there. A little bit earlier than Saturday games. This game was played on Friday, and the single game tomorrow to allow Northwestern Oklahoma State to get all the way back to Alva a little bit earlier Sunday morning. It's still going to be a long trip, but play the doubleheader today, an early game tomorrow, and let Northwestern Oklahoma State get back. They might get back even earlier if tomorrow's game is moved up. As we mentioned, you'll have to check social media and OBUTigers.com later tonight to see about the status of tomorrow's Game 3. We're in the top of the third of Game 2 here. Hunter Gotro back on. Gets started an 0-1 count. A breaking ball to shortstop. Schrader fields it. Low throw dug out by McBride for out number 1, retiring the speedy second baseman Erickson on the 6-3 put out. You put an exclamation point by the 3 on that one for McBride, it would work. C.W. Schrader did a nice job of charging, fielding that one on a short hop, throwing off of his back leg, and throwing over to the first baseman, McBride. Now, Northwestern Oklahoma State's coach is coming down to talk to the home plate umpire about something. Our guess is as good as yours. Not sure if he objected to the call, if he thought maybe McBride's foot was off the bag. Looking at the field umpire and the first base coach, they're laughing with each other, so not sure if that was the case. Nevertheless, we might not ever know. It's the joys of baseball. You see a lot of conversations and no idea what he was just talking to the home plate umpire there, as the first pitch from Gotro is high and off the glove of Childers to the backstop for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch is inside, almost catches the left elbow of Dylan Norson. The right fielder 0 for 1 today, popped up to the third baseman Reebok to start off the top of the first inning. He stands in now against Gotro for the second time, and he's ahead in the count 2-0. The 2-0 pitch is a fastball called strike 1. Ouachita will be at home next weekend as well against Arkansas Tech in a 3-game GAC series. Swing and a miss. A breaking ball fooled Norson badly on that one. And Gotro started off down in the count 2-0. He's battled back to even at 2-2 to the righty Norson. Batting .327 coming into this weekend. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Another breaking ball gets Norson. And Gotro has retired Norson for the second time today. That is the second out of the inning. And now Yugo Hamakawa, the shortstop, will come up for Northwestern Oklahoma State. He struck out swinging in the first inning, and he bats with nobody on and 2 outs here in the third. Crowding that batter's box, the inside pane, a shot into the left center field, opposite field, over the head of Burris, and let's see if it's deep enough, and it is. Hamakawa goes opposite field. It kept tailing away, and it went out of the park right over the 370 sign in left center. And with one swing of the bat, Yugo Hamakawa has tied this game at 2. That is Hamakawa's third home run of the season. 8 players in this Northwestern Oklahoma State lineup have hit home runs this roster have hit home runs this season. You follow up a home run with a bunt. Nice speed from Johnson. Is he going to be able to beat it out? He does not. Nice play by Hunter Gotro coming off the mound, fielding his position, and making a bullet of a throw over to first base to McBride to retire the side. On the 1-3 put out for the third out of the inning. But there's only one hit in the inning, but it was a big one. It was a Yugo Hamakawa home run. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. To the bottom of the third, we're tied at 2. We'll be back with the bottom of the third. For Ouachita, it will be Reebok, Schrader, and Kelly when we come back on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
baseball for me just kind of was the glue that kept my family together. I feel like I was able to come here and get my triple major, as well as play a super high level of baseball against some of the best players in the country. There's a lot of options here in Division II with a lot of great ball players and a lot of great people, and they make sure that they give you every opportunity to succeed on and off the field.
Tyler Reebok will lead things off for Ouachita, the left-hander getting his start at third base in Game 2. He'll try to get things going as Northwestern Oklahoma State has scored 1 in the second, 1 in the third, and we are tied at 2. Those two from Ouachita came in the bottom of the first inning on a 2-out, 2 RBI double from Cade McBride. Since then, Swanson has retired 4 of the last 5 batters he has faced. One who reached was Hayden Childers on a hit by pitch. And Swanson got Cade Burris to strike out swinging to end the bottom of the second. Reebok 0-1 count. 7-inning game, swing and a miss. Big cut from Reebok, and it's 0-2. 7-inning game here in Game 2 of this doubleheader. Northwestern State won Game 1, 7-3. Rangers trying to win the series. Count is 1-1, we're being told now. Umpire looking back, correcting the count. Wondered if the first pitch was a called strike. Now it's a 1-2 count from Reebok. The first pitch was a ball, then we had a swing and a miss on the 1-0 pitch. And that swing and miss makes it 1-2. So now Reebok will have to do it with 2. 1-2 pitch is a fastball inside. Reebok avoids getting hit by that pitch, and the count is now 2-2. Swanson out of the windup. The 2-2 pitch, a fastball gets away from him. High and outside, so Reebok runs the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. To the leadoff batter, Reebok. Outfield playing Reebok to pull, especially the center fielder. The 3-2 pitch, swing and a shot to second base. Gets over the glove of Brett Erickson at second for a leadoff single. I do believe that will be a single. That was a hot shot from Reebok. One hopper, and Erickson couldn't quite handle that one. They are going to give, see how they do give Erickson an error at second base. Tough error there. C-Dub Schrader steps in. Schrader grounded out to third. A sacrifice bunt was called in the first inning, but he had 2 strikes on him, didn't bunt, but actually had the same effect as he grounded out to Dashel Johnson at third to advance runners, and that set up McBride's double. The 0-1 pitch, a breaking ball off of Swanson's chest, and that it goes right to Erickson at second. The throw over for the double play. It caught Swanson right in the chest, and they're going to go out and talk to him. But you could not have a more square of a hit than C.W. Schrader just did off of the chest of Swanson. He's smiling. That's the big thing. Right off of the contact, after it hit Swanson's chest, he started looking up around for the ball. He didn't go straight down to the ground like he was hurt. He was looking up for the ball. His glove did fly off. They're going to allow Swanson to get a couple of pitches, and rightly so. You see some of the Ranger fans in that shot giving him a hand for that one. But that ball was a line drive base hit if Swanson had not been on the mound. If that is 2 feet to the right or the left, it's first and second with nobody out. Instead, it goes off of the chest of Swanson. Erickson with a nice job defensively of staying with the play, grabbing the ball, stepping on second to force Reebok, and then throwing over to get Schrader. So that is the unconventional 1-4-3 double play. And just like that, Swanson has 2 outs in the inning after a very hard hit ball, and he starts Cole Kelly off with a breaking ball for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch is fouled to the backstop, and Kelly is in the hole 0-2. That's been the that is a tough break for Ouachita. Good fortune for Northwestern Oklahoma State. Swanson looks like he has recovered, and he gets Kelly on the breaking ball that was higher in the zone than the umpire has liked thus far. And just like that, a promising inning goes south as Kelly is retired via the strikeout to end the third. So, no runs on 1 hit. There were no runners left on, and that was about as unfortunate as you could get for an inning for Ouachita. We go to the top of the 4th inning of this 7-inning game, tied at 2, and we'll be back after this timeout on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. We go to the top of the 4th inning, tied at 2, Northwestern Oklahoma State and Ouachita. Going back to that double play, it was a hard hit ball by Schrader, catches Swanson in the chest, and what are the odds of the ball ricocheting right to the bag? Of all the places it could have ricocheted, it pops up in the air, and then goes right to the bag, and Swanson is the beneficiary. Now, we do hope that Swanson is able to come back. He looked like he was able to recover quite nicely. His warm-up pitches, he did look good, and then he did a nice job of throwing the off-speed pitches to Cole Kelly to end that inning. And I'm sure the trainer is looking at Swanson in the dugout. He'll need to have a little bruise and be a little sore, but there's a first pitch base hit from Marcus Page up the middle to start things off in the top of the 4th inning. But Swanson will definitely need to stay loose in that dugout, and we just hope for his sake that he's able to come back out in the bottom of the 4th inning. But regardless, good fortune for Swanson and the Rangers, not good fortune for Hunter Gotro on the mound and the Tigers, as what could have been a promising inning, a throwback to Marcus Page, as Blake Hoffman squares around a bunt and takes ball 1. Those are the breaks. The Rangers have got a break in that half inning, and now they're trying to take advantage of that break. The Tigers trying to make their own here in the top of the 4th of this 7-inning game, tied at 2. A throwback over to Page. He dives in safely. Two runs on 4 hits with 1 error for Northwestern Oklahoma State. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors for Ouachita. Top of the 4th, about halfway through this one in regulation. A swing, and that's going to go through the right side of the outfield. Page is going to round second, but they're going to hold him up. Bo Burson fields the ball cleanly. They held Page up at second base. Thought they might try to advance him first to third on that base hit through the right side. They did not, though. Page advances to second. Hoffman reaches on a single to right field, and Preston Lonadier comes up. Lonadier grounded out to second base in the second inning. He bats with nobody out and 2 runners on, a runner in scoring position. That's the go-ahead run for the Rangers. Gotro looks Page back at second. A bunt play on. They're going to throw behind, and that ball is going to get past Judd Arrington, and now Page will be able to advance to third. They had a wheel play on with the third baseman Reebok charging. C.W. Schrader was covering third base. McBride at first base was charging. Arrington at second base was covering first base. Childers thought he might be able to get Hoffman and throw behind him at first base to get an out, but the throw was a little bit too high for Arrington to control, and Page will advance to third. So 1-0 the count on Lonadier. Now first and third, nobody out. See if Hoffman goes. Try to manufacture another runner in scoring position. He faked it, and that's a shot into left field, and that is foul. That's a foul ball. They're going to call that fair. He's calling that a fair ball. That was foul by 2 feet. That ball was foul by 2 feet, and Northwestern Oklahoma State is the beneficiary of an umpire who can't see down. When you only have 2 umpires, that's what you got to worry about. If you don't have a third base umpire, they're not going to be able to see that ball was foul. The Ouachita bullpen saw it was foul. I think everybody else might have seen that was about a foot foul, but the umpire didn't make a call, and then he pointed to fair territory. And so Northwestern Oklahoma State is the beneficiary of a second unfortunate incident for Ouachita in the last 2 half innings. That's tough. As Page scores from third, they hold Hoffman at third, and Lonadier has a double to left field. So 3-2 now. Nobody out, runners at second and third. Not much protest from the Ouachita dugout. A fastball is called a strike. That is a tough pitch to hit. You're blocked by the field umpire. Ball crossed at about the shin guard there on the right leg of Parker Base. Gotro will take it. He's not going to give that one back. The 0-1 pitch as Gotro looks Lonadier back at second. A shot into center field. Should be deep enough to score the runner from third. Mitchen makes the catch. He'll throw to shortstop Schrader. Not enough to get the runner at home, as anything deep was most likely going to score Hoffman, and it does. And Northwestern Oklahoma State has doubled its lead 4-2. Lonadier stays at second. Base with a sac fly to center field for the first out of the inning. And now Jake White, who flew out to center field for the third out of the second inning, bats with a runner in scoring position, and Northwestern Oklahoma State having taken a 4-2 lead. A bunt down the third base line. That's going to be tough. Gotro fields it, a bullet shot over, not fielded by McBride. The runner's going to come home, and he's going to be able to score on the throwing error. And Gotro looks like he might have tweaked his knee on that throw. As Coach Howard's and the trainer are going to come out and look at Gotro. So Lonadier advances on the nice bunt, and then he will score on the error. Jake White. Yeah, it looks like that's going to have to be it for Gotro. Gotro has battled injuries throughout his career. We hope that's nothing serious. And we'll see who Ouachita will be able to have come in. They'll be able to have as much time as necessary to get a pitcher warm and get him loose. And so we will have an extended break here. Let's kind of recap what happened. 5-2 is your score now. Northwestern Oklahoma State has scored 3 in the fourth after the unfortunate bottom of the third, capped off by an unfortunate top of the fourth, as Northwestern Oklahoma State benefited from a 50-50, we'll call it, fair foul call down the left field line. Looks like Coach Howard's going down to the bullpen to figure out who Ouachita will bring in. Don't know if that decision has been made yet, but when it is, we will tell you about that, and then we will take a break to figure out who it is. It's going to be an extended break since Ouachita didn't have anybody warming up in the pen. They'll give them probably as much time as they need. Coach Howard talking to the home plate umpire. It looks like it might be it's going to be Caleb Donahoe. Not on one of the rosters I have up here, but believe that's going to be Caleb Donahoe. So we'll go ahead and take a break, and while Donahoe gets warm, and maybe this will be something that can stop the momentum of Northwestern Oklahoma State. 5-2, Northwestern Oklahoma State batting with 1 out and a runner on base. And Caleb Donahoe, the lefty, will be coming in from the bullpen after he gets warmed up. And we'll take a break. We'll be back with more Ouachita Tiger baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network after this.
Getting directions to Ouachita Baptist University.
So Caleb Donahoe will be the new pitcher for the Ouachita Tigers. Donahoe, a sophomore lefty from Northlake, Texas, Byron Nelson High School. Five runs on 7 hits, 1 error for Northwestern Oklahoma State. 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error for Ouachita. This is Donahoe's 8th appearance, 1-0 record, 10 innings pitched, giving up 10 hits, 6 runs, 5 of those earned. He's walked 6 and struck out 13, a 4.50 ERA. He will face the 9-1-2 hitters for Northwestern Oklahoma State. as Jake White stands at first base. Again, Donahoe coming in as Hunter Gautreaux had to exit. Gautreaux came off of the mound to field a bunt, and when he planted, looked like he did something funny to his knee and went down immediately. And Coach Howard, the trainer, athletic trainer, which it is, take this time to thank our athletic trainers. March is National Athletic Training Month across the country, and if any year athletic trainers need to be thanked, it would be this year. This has been a wild year for a lot of people, and athletic trainers are included in that, as they have had to take on a lot of tasks and duties that did not come in the books on when they were studying to be an athletic trainer, as COVID caught a lot of people like that. But regardless, we would like to thank all of Ouachita's athletic trainers. It's been quite a year. March is National Athletic Training Month at Ouachita, and we would like to thank all of those athletic trainers at Ouachita, that Ashley Harris, Heather Price, Kayla Johnson, and Zeb Callahan. So Caleb Donahoe enters the game after Gautreaux was injured, and so after a lengthy delay, we're back to action here with one out and a runner at first base. Just an unfortunate inning for Ouachita, as you have the line drive off of the pitcher in the bottom half of the third, which would have gotten a rally started, but went right to the bag for the double play. And then as a bunt is fielded by Reebok, the throw is over to third base. Nice job fielding the position by Reebok. Schrader was going over to cover third, as was Donahoe. So 2 outs now after Erickson's sac bunt. For the second out of the inning, Jake White moves to second and runner in scoring position. So Northwestern has scored 3 here in the top of the 4th inning. 2 of those were on the double down the left field line that the Ouachita bullpen, and to be honest, myself as well, sure thought was about a 1.5 foot foul. The umpire was indecisive on his call, and he ended up saying it was a fair ball, and 2 runs scored. So that is way in the past now. A lot has happened since then. And Ouachita now finds itself, after leading 2-0, the lead was cut in half in the top of the second inning. A Hamakawa home run in the top of the third tied it, and 3 from Northwestern here in the top of the 4th have given the Rangers a 5-2 lead. 2 outs. The 0-1 pitch coming to Dylan Norson. Catches the inside part of the plate for strike 2. Norson 0 for 2 on the day. Popped out to third base in the first inning. Struck out swinging in the third against the righty Gautreaux, who got the start. Now he's down in the count 0-2. The 0-2 pitch from Donahoe. Fouled out of play down the right side. McBride giving chase, but that's going to land on top of the batting cage. And Donahoe will do it again. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on second. Donahoe's going to step off. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, and Donahoe comes and gets out of a jam and strands Jake White at second. Big inning for Northwestern Oklahoma State as they score 3 runs on 3 hits. There was 1 error in the inning and 1 Ranger left on base. To the bottom of the 4th inning, Northwestern Oklahoma State 5, Ouachita 2. Back with the bottom half of the 4th after this timeout on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
It's an ordinary day. Stephanie's driving home from school, like she does every day. Since she's almost home, she takes a quick glance at her phone, like she does every day. She arrives safely, like she does every day. It's another ordinary day. But then, something out of the ordinary happens. Distracted driving kills.
For Ouachita in the fourth inning, it will be the 5, 6, 7 hitters. Cade McBride, who had a 2 RBI, 2-out double in the first inning. Pierce Mitchum, 0 for 1, and Bo Burson, also 0 for 1, will get things started for Ouachita. So it'll be McBride, Mitchum, and Burson, Arrington, and Childers if anybody reaches for the Tigers. 7-inning game here in Game 2 of this doubleheader. 5 runs on 7 hits with 1 error for Northwestern Oklahoma State. 2 runs on 2 hits with 2 errors for the Tigers. McBride playing first base today, and he will try to start things off in this bottom half of the 4th inning. First pitch McBride sees is an off-speed pitch, low and outside for ball 1. McBride, the senior from Prosper, Texas, gets hot, stays hot. That's in the gap. That's got a chance for extra bases. He's going to round first. Our fielder up with the throw, and it's going to be high, but it is a leadoff double for Cade McBride. McBride 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs and 2 doubles here in Game 2, and he gets things started for Ouachita. So Pierce Mitchum will come to the plate now, the center fielder, grounded out to second base in his first plate appearance today, or in this second game. Taking a look at the only other final from around the conference, East Central defeated Arkansas Monticello 10-6. Mitchum lays down a bunt right between third base and pitcher Dashiell Johnson. Over with the throw, a nice stretch at first base from Parker base. And Pierce Mitchum is retired on the sac bunt for the first out of the inning. Cade McBride goes to third base. So now Bo Burson steps in with an RBI opportunity with McBride standing at third. Burson flew out to right field in the second inning. He's ahead 1-0 to the righty Swanson in his 4th inning of work. Breaking ball was low and outside. Nice stop by the catcher White. Home plate umpire says that Burson did not offer, and so it's 2-0. 2-0 pitch is fouled off of Burson's left leg, and he's going to need a little bit of time to walk that one around. The 2-1 pitch. Fastball catches the outside part of the plate for strike 2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ouachita really needs to get McBride home to cut into this 3-run lead. 2-2 pitch, a fly ball to right field. That's going to be deep enough to score a run. I don't know if he's going to be able to catch it. It's a fair ball. That's going to be extra bases for Burson. McBride scores. Burson is around second, and he will have a stand-up triple for Bo Burson. An RBI triple for Burson was a huge hit. It looked like it was down the right field line, and looked like that was close to being foul as well. So we'll say that the teams are all square on that type of play, except that Northwestern's came from the benefit with 2 runs. Ouachita's was only run, but a nice piece of hitting by Bo Burson. So Judd Arrington steps up after Burson's RBI triple. Arrington struck out in the second inning for Bo Burson. That was his first hit of the season and only his fourth plate appearance and his first RBI. So Burson, Coach Howard trying to get some things going and switching up the lineup a little bit. And in this instance, it paid off with an RBI triple from Burson. There is some action in the Northwestern Oklahoma State bullpen. Try to see if we can tell who that is down there at some point. The sun is shining just where we can't read the numbers, and after this long meeting on the mound without a coach, the umpire is going to go out and says, "Fellas, are we ready to roll?" Catcher looks back. Umpire having a nice conversation with all of the infielders. Looks like the pitcher warming up for Northwestern Oklahoma State, Kobe Spicer. And now we're going to have a coach come out. I believe that's going to be it for Ethan Swanson. It was an interesting interesting way to get a stall. The players got together. Umpire went out and talked to them for a while. Guys, we going to play? Your coach going to come out? And the coach for Northwestern Oklahoma State decided to come out and make the pitching change to Kobe Spicer. Spicer, that'll end the day for Ethan Swanson, but it will not close the book. He's still responsible for Bo Burson at third base. Spicer, a 5'11", 185-pound senior from Lincoln, Nebraska, via Cloud Community College. This is Spicer's sixth appearance. He's pitched 8 innings. He's 1-0 on the season with a 3.38 ERA. 5 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, all 3 of those earned runs. He struck out 13 and has not walked a batter. Not walked a single batter. He is the only pitcher on the Northwestern Oklahoma State staff that has seen significant action that has not walked a batter. So expect control from Kobe Spicer. The right-hander will come in replacing Ethan Swanson. Spicer had plenty of time to warm up in the bullpen, and I believe he's only going to have a couple of pitches left, so we'll go ahead and leave it here. As we mentioned before our computer died and won't plug in, that the only other final in the Great American Conference was East Central defeating Arkansas Monticello 10-6. I did see that Southwestern Oklahoma State and Henderson were supposed to play a doubleheader tomorrow, but that got moved up to a doubleheader today, and they'll play a single game tomorrow. And so Ouachita and Henderson both playing doubleheaders today. Henderson going to start later to try to avoid that weather that's coming in tomorrow. So the Northwestern State outfielders have had their break as they were taking advantage of a few dead minutes, and stepping into the plate for Ouachita into the box for Ouachita will be Judd Arrington. Arrington struck out in his first plate appearance in the second inning. He has a chance to cut into this 5-3 Northwestern Oklahoma State lead with only 1 out. Corners are playing in. First pitch to Arrington is a fastball high from Spicer. Again, he's struck out 13, not walked a batter to this point in 8 innings of work. Ball 3. So the board has 3-0 the count now to Judd Arrington. Trying to remember if he saw one pitch from Ethan Swanson in the at-bat before they made the pitching change. It's been a few minutes, and he did. So the 3-0 pitch is a strike to Arrington from Kobe Spicer. 3-1 the count. 1 out. Burson at third. Yep, now Arrington having to tell the home plate umpire that it is 3-1 because there was now the scoreboard there. Now we're back. 3-1 on the scoreboard. Home plate umpire had to be reminded by Arrington that he had one pitch that was a ball from Swanson. The 3-1 pitch is in the dirt. And Arrington now, runners at the corners on the walk from Judd Arrington. So Hayden Childers comes up to bat now with an RBI opportunity. Judd Arrington at first base. Bo Burson at third. Childers was hit by a pitch in the second. Arrington gets a good lead from second. Breaking ball just outside. Nice job by Childers of laying off of that one, and the count is 1-0. An opportunity here for the Tigers. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a foul ball over our position in the press box, and the count is even at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom of the fourth inning, the Tigers have plated 1 run, and they're trying to plate another as Bo Burson stands 90 feet away, and I guess now he's about 85 with his lead. Arrington at first. The 1-1 pitch, high fly ball to center field. Center fielder still drifts back. Lonadier, that's going to be deep enough to score Burson. Burson tags. Arrington does not tag at first, holds his stand there. Burson scores on an RBI sacrifice fly from Hayden Childers. For the second out of the inning, we go back to the top of the order in Cade Burris. So Northwestern Oklahoma State gets 3 in the top of the fourth. Ouachita responds with 2 in the bottom of the fourth. And they're going to say that they're checking appealing over to third base, saying Burson left early, but I was watching that one to watch when he tagged just because it was going to be deep enough, and it was a good tag by Burson, and it's 5-4 now. Burris takes a fastball high for ball 1. Had a single to left field to start things off in the bottom of the first. The 1-0 pitch, a ground ball to second base. Erickson fields it, throws over to base at first base for the third out of the inning. So the Tigers do get 2 runs back, though. 2 runs on 2 hits. Both of those were extra base hits. 1 from Cade McBride, 1 from Bo Burson. So 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors, 1 runner left on base. After 4 in this 7-inning game, Northwestern Oklahoma State 5, Ouachita 4. Back to Rab Rogers Field after this timeout on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Every year, 4.5 million young adults between the ages of 18 and 24 visit the ER.
It's every parent's nightmare.
Umergency gives you all the tools you need to quickly and effectively manage your family's emergency. Umergency provides instant access to vital resources, customized to your student's campus and local community, digital consent form, and built-in urgent alert button. Umergency gives you peace of mind when you need it most. Download your Umergency app now.
Caleb Donahoe comes on for his first complete inning of work as he replaced Hunter Gotro in the top of the fourth inning. Gotro got the start today, 3 up, 3 down in the first inning. Gave up a single and then 2 hits and 1 run in the second. In the third, he gave up the tying home run to Yugo Hamakawa, and he was doing well in the fourth inning before Southwestern Oklahoma State laid down a bunt from Brett Erickson that Gotro came off the mound to field, and when he threw over to third, obviously did something to, looked like he might have been holding his knee, but he went down in obvious pain. He had to be replaced by Donahoe. Donahoe came on and faced 2 batters, got a sacrifice bunt from Brett Erickson for the second out, and then struck out Dylan Norson. So faced 2 batters, retired both of them. He stranded a runner on base for Northwestern Oklahoma State in the fourth inning, and he'll face the 2, 3, 4 batters for the Rangers. Yugo Hamakawa, Dashiell Johnson, and Marcus Page. Hamakawa 1 for 2 with a solo shot in the third inning. Tied this game at 2, and he leads off things in the fifth inning. Reminder, this is the 7-inning game of this doubleheader. So lefty on lefty matchup, Donahoe versus Hamakawa. Breaking ball gets away from Childers, and Hamakawa is ahead in the count, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch is high for ball 2. In just over an hour, behind our location at Rab Rogers Field, the Ouachita Tiger football team will go through one of its couple of scrimmages of the spring season. They were supposed to be scrimmaging Delta State University in Mississippi. I believe that was supposed to be this weekend, but Delta State could not scrimmage, so Ouachita will have 2 inter-squad scrimmages on the football field as the 2-0 pitch comes from Donahoe, catches the outside part of the plate for strike 1, so 2-1 the count now. The Tiger football team will also scrimmage Northeastern State Riverhawks. They've changed their nickname since the last time I said their name on the air. Is a nice 2-1 pitch, just catches the outside part of the plate from Donahoe as well. The Northeastern State Riverhawks from Tahlequah, Oklahoma will come to Arkadelphia in April for a scrimmage, as teams are able to scrimmage outside competition this spring. The 2-2 pitch from Donahoe. Swing and a foul ball from Hamakawa, and shortstop stays alive. It's been a busy spring, that's to say the least, as not only are the traditional spring sports of softball, baseball in action, as well as track and field, which is back at Ouachita this year. The 2-2 pitch from Donahoe, a shot up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit from Hamakawa. Good piece of hitting. He went down and got that one. Donahoe made a stab at it, couldn't quite make that play, and Hamakawa reaches with a leadoff single on a 2-2 count. Coach Howard's going to go out to the mound. Ouachita does have pitcher warming up. Looks like that's going to be Cooper Timmons is warming up in the bullpen, and it may be who they're going to go to. So Caleb Donahoe comes in and does a job in relief of Hunter Gotro. And Cooper Timmons will come in to relieve Donahoe. We'll take a break, and we'll come back and set things up. We are in the top of the fifth inning. 5-4, Ouachita trails by 1. Hamakawa at first base. Cooper Timmons on in relief of Caleb Donahoe. We'll be back after this timeout on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
There's a place to share gossip about the office party fun, and a place to share the story you tell everyone. There's a place to share a laugh about when things went wrong, and a place to share the video of you dancing to your song. There's a place to share spare change, lunch, and your time. But we could all be better at sharing how we're feeling inside. 76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone.
Cooper Timmons on in relief of Caleb Donahoe as we are in the top of the fifth inning, 1 runner on. This is the 9th appearance for Cooper Timmons, 1-2 records. Pitched 17 2/3 innings, 25 hits, given up 15 runs. 13 of those are earned. He struck out 18, walked 11. So he will come on and try to shut down this Northwestern Oklahoma State Ranger offense that has put up 8 hits in 4+ innings today, or in the second game, and had, I believe it was 13 hits in game 1. He'll face Dashiell Johnson, Marcus Page, and Blake Hoffman unless he's able to get a 2-for-1 and get a double play. So Dashiell Johnson is 0 for 2 today in game 2. Grounded out to third base in the first inning. sacrifice bunt, actually bunted for the third out of the inning in the third inning. Back to Gotro, who was still on the mound at that time. So Timmons, the righty, will step in. It goes righty, lefty, righty for the Ouachita pitching staff here as Gotro started the game from the right side. Donahoe was the lefty first reliever, and then Cooper Timmons comes back in from the right side. First pitch was a fastball low for ball one. So 1-0 the count to Dashiell Johnson. The 1-0 pitch tails in and low for ball two. So now 2-0 the count now to the Northwestern Oklahoma State third baseman. Throw back over to Hamakawa, checking Hamakawa. Hamakawa 2 for 2 on the day. 2 for 3 on the day. Home run in the third. Single to center on a 2-strike base hit this last at bat, and Dashiell Johnson will see the 2-0 pitch behind inside for ball three. So Cooper Timmons trying to avoid walking the first batter he sees. Nobody else warming up actively in the Ouachita bullpen. Nobody in the Northwestern Oklahoma State bullpen except for a lone pitcher stretching on the bands. The 3-0 pitch, a fastball right down the middle for strike one. Fastball is high for ball four. So the first two have reached here in the fifth inning as Dashiell Johnson reaches for the first time in game two. Marcus Page is 2 for 2. He had a single to left in the second, and he singled to center in the fourth. He scored both times. We see a little bit more action hurrying up in the Ouachita bullpen. Page takes the first pitch down the right side and way out of play. Page, a 5'11", 195-pound, listed as a COVID senior on the roster from North Las Vegas, Nevada, South Mountain Community College. The 0-1 pitch, high and inside for ball one. This has been an interesting year. We talked about it with the athletic trainers. It's also been interesting for coaches. It's the NCAA came out and said anybody who wanted this year back could have it. Sounds good in theory. Makes it very difficult for coaching staffs, especially as the 1-1 pitch comes to Page. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball from Timmons. And Timmons is ahead in the count 1-2, but it makes it difficult, especially for most all Division II coaches, and then most Division I coaches that aren't giving out the full rides, and probably even those as well. It sounds good in theory, but when you have recruiting schedules and plans and classes coming in, swing and a miss, a big fastball from Cooper Timmons strikes out Marcus Page, and Page is retired for the first time today. First out of the inning of the fifth inning recorded as Cooper Timmons comes in and strikes out Marcus Page, the hottest hitter of this game for the Rangers. But interesting off seasons for coaches and players who've been given extra time. Swing and a shot into right field, and that could score a run. Burson's going to come up. The runner is going to be held at third. They held the runner at third. That was Yugo Hamakawa. And so with one out, Northwestern Oklahoma State coach did not want to get the second out at home plate. So Hamakawa is now at third base, Dashiell Johnson at second, and Hoffman with a single to right field is at first. So bases are loaded, one out. And Preston Lonadier, who had a double to left field over the head of Burris in the fourth inning. He's wearing number 13. 13th inning would have made for a long game, but he's going to try to add to this Northwestern Oklahoma State lead. Fastball tailed inside. It looks like Childress set up on the outside part of the plate, and that ball started over the middle of the plate and tailed inside, but nevertheless it worked out, and it's a called strike one. No balls, one strike, one out. Double play ball would be great as the corners are playing in for Ouachita. Breaking ball, and Lonadier turned on that one significantly as it landed. It went over the field house and landed in one of the trees walking up to the front of the field house, which are the football offices. So Timmons is ahead in the count, 0-1. McBride in on the corner, Reebok in at first, Reebok in at third. Lonadier does a nice job of fighting off that breaking ball off the end of the bat, not even down the first base line. It was to the on-deck circle. So Timmons still ahead in the count, 0-2. One out, bases loaded. Middle infield at double play depth, straight away in the outfield. Corners playing in. Trying to cut down a runner at home. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a foul ball over the backstop, and Lonadier stays alive. Big spot in this game with only about 9 outs left for Ouachita. Try to keep this lead for Northwestern Oklahoma State at 1. Lonadier calls time and steps out to regather his thoughts. Timmons, even with the bases loaded, pitching out of the stretch. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a ground ball to Reebok. He fields it. He's going to come home. So the force out is made at home. Hamakawa out 5-2 for the second out of the inning. The runners do advance, and now Timmons is a fly ball or a ground ball from getting out of this bases loaded jam. Still a big spot. Parker Base stands up. Had a single in the second. Sacrifice fly in the fourth. Bases full of Rangers. Base calls time. Dashiell Johnson at third base. Blake Hoffman at second. Preston Lonadier reached on the fielder's choice. He stands at first. Nice blocking by Childers of ball one. So no place to put Parker Base. You got to come to him, let your defense work. And that's what Cooper Timmons will try to do, is the infield playing back on the grass on the right side to pull. McBride playing really far back at first base, and so he will have to be on his horse if there is a ground ball. Big spot. 2-0 the count, nowhere to put him. Trying to keep this lead at 1, or this deficit at 1 if you're Ouachita. Northwestern Oklahoma State trying to extend a 1-run lead. Top of the fifth of the 7-inning game. The 2-0 pitch is high and inside for ball 3. Second batter that Timmons has gone 3-0 on. The first one of those is Dashiell Johnson. He stands at third. The 3-0 pitch coming. Big pitch for Timmons. Left it up. And Parker Base gets an RBI on the walk, and that makes it 6-4 as Dashiell Johnson will jog home. Blake Hoffman to third, Lonadier to second. So now Jake White will come up to bat, but not before we have a conference from Coach Howard. We have a lefty in the bullpen warming up for Ouachita. Let's see if Coach Howard's going to go to that lefty or if he is going to stick with Cooper Timmons. Ouachita softball on the road in Alva, Oklahoma, playing against Northwestern Oklahoma State. And it does look like we are going to have another call to the mound. Carter Wade will come up to he'll come in to pitch, replacing Cooper Timmons. 6-4 Northwestern Oklahoma State, top of the 5th inning, 2 outs. Carter Wade into relief of Timmons, and we'll tell you about Wade when we come back. You're watching Ouachita Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
I've heard people say Ouachita.
Wichita.
Achita.
Ouachita.
Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
Ouachita. Ouachita.
How would you pronounce it?
Ouachita.
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
So Carter Wade will come on to pitch for Ouachita, the left-hander from Little Rock, Arkansas, by way of Little Rock Christian Academy. This is the 9th appearance for Carter Wade. 10 1/3 innings, giving up 13 hits, 7 runs, 6 of those earned, walked 4, struck out 7. As we mentioned before the break, the Ouachita softball team is in Alva, Oklahoma, and they got off to a good start, defeating Northwestern Oklahoma State 15-5 in 5 innings. Ouachita softball scored 7 runs in the top of the 3rd inning to take a 7-3 lead, and then scored 8 runs in the top of the 5th inning to take a 15-5 lead, and held Northwestern Oklahoma State scoreless in the bottom of the 5th to invoke the mercy rule, the run rule. Ouachita got 3 RBIs from Julian Jones. She was 1 for 4 with scored twice and had 3 RBIs. Hope Wade had 2 RBI for the Tiger softball. Callie Jordan had 2 RBI in the big game. Kendall Moyer, 3 for 4 from the plate with 4 RBI for Kendall Moyer. A home run from Jillian Jones on the game. So a good start for the Ouachita softball team in Alva with a 15-5 win. And I believe they will have another game this afternoon or this evening, but we'll check that and make sure. So Carter Wade steps in as we come back to action here at Rab Rogers Field. Runners at everywhere. Bases loaded. Carter Wade will try to get out of this jam and keep this to a 1-run game, but it's not going to happen. A base hit to left field will score 1, and they're going to send the runner. Cut. Reebok's going to let it go, and Childers cannot field the throw on the hop, and so Northwestern Oklahoma State is going to get 2 runs as Hoffman scored from 3rd. Lonadier scored, but a nice throw from Cade Burris. Childers couldn't catch it on the hop and make the tag, and so the lead is extended to 8-4 now. Parker Bass now at 3rd base, and Jake White with a 2 RBI single, and he advanced to 2nd on the throw. Brett Erickson comes up to the plate now with Northwestern Oklahoma State leading 8-4. First pitch swinging, foul ball out of play. Runners at 2nd and 3rd now for the Rangers. Nice 2-out hitting from the Rangers that time, and now there's a shot up the middle to the right side, and 2 more are going to score. Bass will score. So will Lonadier. Excuse me, that's not Lonadier, that's Jake White. And Brett Erickson, the speedy Erickson, has a 2 RBI double as he was looking for 2 right out of the gate as that shot went to right center field, and Mitchum and Burson had to split the difference, and so now it's 10-4 as Northwestern Oklahoma State has played at 5 here in the top of the 5th inning. So back-to-back 2-out, 2 RBI base hits for Northwestern Oklahoma State, have plated 4 runs. And we go back to the top of the order to Dylan Norson. Norson 0 for 3 on the day with 2 strikeouts. Struck out to end the 3rd. Carter Wade trying to get Norson to be the one who ends the 5th as well. Shot to Reebok. Diving stop. Up. And the throw over is in time. Nice play by Tyler Reebok to retire Norson on the 5-3 putout. Nice play by Reebok, but the damage has been done as Northwestern Oklahoma State plates 5 in the top of the 5th to extend the 1-run lead and make it 6. So 10-4, Northwestern Oklahoma State as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Spicer will be back to the mound for his first complete inning of work when we return on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. Bottom of the 5th inning, Ouachita answered in the 4th when Northwestern Oklahoma State scored 3. Ouachita responded with 2 of its own in the bottom of the 4th. They need to do the same here in the 5th as the Rangers put up 5 in the top of the 5th to make it a 10-4 lead. And Ouachita really needs to answer in the bottom of the 5th, and they will have the 2-3-4 hitters, Tyler Reebok, C-Dub Schrader, and Cole Kelly. Action in both bullpens. Reebok takes a breaking ball for a called strike 1 to start things off. Reebok pops one foul. Catcher White gives chase. Out of play, and the count is 0-2. The 0-2 pitch misses for ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes to Reebok. Stands with a slightly open stance from the left side. The righty Spicer out of the stretch. Swing and a shot down the right field line, but foul. And Reebok stays alive. Time called as the right fielder for Northwestern had to retrieve that ball. That was Dylan Norson. The 1-2 pitch on the way to Reebok. Breaking ball, left high and outside from Spicer, as we mentioned. Kobe Spicer, this is his 6th appearance. Struck out 13, has walked none in his action to this point. Judd Arrington did walk in the 4th inning, the first batter that Spicer faced, but there was one ball to Arrington when Spicer inherited him. So statistically, the 2-2 pitch to Reebok is outside for ball 3, so the count is run full. So statistically, that check and see if that goes toward Swanson or Spicer. The 3-2 pitch, breaking ball for ball 4, and never mind, it doesn't matter because now he's definitely credited with a walk as Reebok walks for the 2nd time today. Reebok 1 for 1 with 2 walks and 3 plate appearances. C.W. Schrader had a nice hit in the 3rd inning after Reebok led the inning off with a walk. Only problem was the hit went off of the chest of Ethan Swanson right to Erickson at second base, who stepped on the bag and then threw over for the double play, and that kind of set the tone for the next half inning. The 1-0 pitch, Schrader fouls out of play, and the count is 1-1. After that unfortunate turn of events for Ouachita, Northwestern Oklahoma State answered with 3 runs in the top of the 4th. Followed that with 5 in the top of the 5th. The 1-1 pitch to Schrader. Foul ball out of play. And we'll do it again, but this time Spicer is ahead in the count, 1-2. To Schrader, the sophomore from Red Oak, Texas. The 1-2 breaking ball, shot to the gap, and that's going to be extra bases. Reebok will round second and go for third, and is going to see if they possibly are going to score him from third, but not. Nice decision there by Coach Rockwall. You don't want to get that first out at home, and C-Dub Schrader has a double to the left center field gap. Reebok will go to third. Nice job by Northwestern Oklahoma State center fielder Preston Lonadier to tracking that one down. That was right at the gap, right towards our camera in left center field, or almost straightaway center field, right towards the Ouachita, painted on the Rab Rogers Field outfield fence. And Ouachita has something going with no outs. Reebok at third, Schrader at second. Cole Kelly's doesn't like that strike call on the inside fastball. He hasn't liked the strike zone most of the day with this in this game too. Been called out on strikes twice. He'll try to find it here with runners in scoring position. The 0-1 pitch bounces before it gets to the plate. Nice stop by Jake White behind the dish for the Rangers. And the count is even at 1-1. Can't get 6 runs in one at bat, but you can get 2 of them back here with a well-placed base hit. The 1-1 pitch is fouled out of play over the backstop. 1-2 the count now. To Cole Kelly. Kelly came into this game batting .298. Team leader in RBI. He has a chance to add to that total. The 1-2 pitch is called ball 2, just misses low and inside. I think both sides were waiting with bated breath to see what the home plate umpire was going to signal on that pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch inside, and Kelly fouls that one over the tree in front of Blackman Benson Fieldhouse. He'll stay alive. The 2-2 count. No outs. Runners at second and third for Ouachita. The 2-2 pitch. Nice job. He checked up his swing on the breaking. They're going to appeal, but the home plate umpire had just as good a look at it as the field umpire, who's standing on the third base side of the bag. You can see him there on your screen. And Cole Kelly has run this count full, so 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. The 3-2 pitch is a fastball outside, so Spicer has now walked 2. Two in this inning have been walked by Kobe Spicer. Schrader had the double to left center field, and now Cade McBride, who has 2 doubles. He's 2 for 2, both of them doubles. 2 RBIs in the first. He scored after having a leadoff double in the second, and I was expecting a trip to the mound, and there is one. This one was a little bit more conventional than the last one, though. It looks like we might have another pitching change. Let's see if Northwestern Oklahoma State does have action in the bullpen, and they have stopped. It looks like the pitcher is ready. So we'll see if they do go to the pen or if they're going to, yep, they are going to make the call to the pen. So another pitching change here. This will be the third pitcher of the day for Northwestern Oklahoma State. When we come back, we'll tell you about it and set things up. Bases loaded, full of Tigers, nobody out. Bottom of the fifth inning, Ouachita trying to answer Northwestern's 5-run inning by cutting into that and getting some runs of their own. We'll be back to talk about the new pitcher for Northwestern State, Caleb Honey, when we return on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. Caleb Honey is the new pitcher for the Northwestern Oklahoma State Rangers, a 6', 200-pound senior pitcher from Queen Creek, Arizona, from Chandler Gilbert Junior College in Arizona. This is Honey's 7th appearance, pitched 10 innings, 7 hits, has only given up 1 run. That one was earned, has walked 1 and struck out 12. So if you've walked 1 and only struck out 12, I think that is a 12-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. Has a 0.90 earned run average. So he has been called upon to extend that efficiency and retire or thwart this Ouachita rally. To the plate for Ouachita will be one of the hottest hitters of the game, too, Cade McBride. We said it before the break, 2 for 2 with 2 doubles. One of those was a 2-out, 2 RBI double in the first inning that gave Ouachita a 2-0 lead. He'll try to cut into this Northwestern Oklahoma State 6-run lead. There's a throw back to second. As Erickson was not really at the bag when he wheeled around and threw. That's an interesting first throw for a relief pitcher. McBride stands in. Breaking ball is the first pitch, and it's outside in the left-handed batter's box. And McBride is ahead in the count, 1-0. Bases full of Tigers. McBride, the 1-0 pitch, just got under that one. Fouled it back to the screen, and the count is even at 1-2. One ball, one strike. The 1-1 pitch, a high fly ball into shallow left field. Left fielder acting like he couldn't see it, but he did find it. The runner is not going to tag from third. Reebok tagged and then took about 7 or 8 steps to try to draw a throw. McBride is retired for the first out of the inning. And Pierce Mitchum comes up to the plate with a 1 out and the bases loaded. 10-4, your score. The Tigers trying to respond to Northwestern Oklahoma State's 5-run fifth with some of their own. They really have to have runs here in the bottom of the fifth of this 7-inning game, especially when you have bases loaded with nobody out. The 0-1 pitch, check swing into the dugout for Northwestern Oklahoma State, and Mitchum is down in the count 0-2. You know, one of the good things about this new setup that we're able to have, thanks to the support from the administration as Mitchum is ahead in the count, or behind in the count 0-2. A high fly ball to right center field. It's tailing away from Lonadier, but he's going to make the catch over his left shoulder. Runners from second and third will tag. Reebok will score. A sacrifice fly from Mitchum to right center for the second out of the inning. Schrader advances to third. So at this point, with a 6-run lead, believe Northwestern Oklahoma State will trade a run for an out. Bo Burson had a triple his last at bat. He bats with runners at the corners. Schrader at third. Kelly at first. Breaking ball fooled Burson, and he offered it that one. What I was saying is the good thing about this equipment and this trailer, it enables us to be able to communicate with each other. But when you have students in the trailer who can communicate with you, every time you misspeak, they let you know about it. The 0-1 pitch is taken for a called strike 2, I believe. You know, Brock, if they just realized how many times I didn't say anything to them when I was behind that microphone, they wouldn't talk. That's right. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Burson in a big spot. The 0-2 pitch taken for a called strike 3, and that ends the Ouachita rallies. They strand the 2 on the bases. Ouachita does get 1 back. We'll have to see if that was enough. They sure would have liked to get a few more in the bottom of the 5th inning. After 5 complete, Northwestern Oklahoma State 10, Ouachita 5. Back to Rab Rogers after this timeout on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
As a student athlete in college, I first got involved with the NCAA at the national level. It was through the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, SAC, gave me an opportunity to advocate on behalf of all student athletes, to affect change and to make an impact. The NCAA is giving the student athlete a platform to voice their concerns and to be able to advocate for what's going to affect their well-being. The policies that are being put in place are speaking towards academics, they're speaking towards well-being, they're speaking towards fairness, creating a culture so that the student athletes have the best experiences possible.
We start the top of the 6th inning. Northwestern Oklahoma State 10 runs, 10 hits, and 1 error. Ouachita 5 runs on 5 hits and 2 errors. Ouachita had the bases loaded there in the bottom of the 5th inning with nobody out. And that's probably a spot that you can look back in this. And when you're trying to look at games in a 10-5 game, when your opponent scores 5 at the top of a frame and you have a chance to respond with crooked numbers in the bottom, if you can't do that, that's a victory for the other team, and that's what Honey was able to do out of the bullpen. Caleb Honey was able to come in and only give up 1 run after having the bases loaded and nobody out, and so that's where we stand right now. Carter Wade comes back out for the top of the 6th inning. He will face the 2-3-4 batters for the Rangers. Yugo Hamakawa, 2 for 3 on the day, strikeout in the first, solo shot, solo home run in the third, and a single to center field in the 5th. Breaking ball from Wade misses just barely. It's a tough one. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but someone's car alarm's going off, and I really hope they find that soon. It'll be a long last 2 innings. The 1-0 pitch is a breaking ball taken for a called strike 1. Nice job by Wade of finding the strike zone on a breaking ball on that one. So 1-1 the count now. They found it. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a foul ball out of play down the left field line. 1-2 the count now to the Northwestern Oklahoma State shortstop. The 1-2 pitch fouled off by Hamakawa. The sun beginning to set, although this is our first home series after daylight savings time, so a lot more daylight, but didn't make it any easier at this time of day for the left side of the infield and outfield. Sun shining right in the eyes of left field, third base, and shortstop. The 1-2 breaking ball misses for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Hamakawa, leading things off here in the top of the 6th inning. 2 more chances for Ouachita. As the 2-2 pitch taken outside. Had a golden opportunity in the bottom of the 5th inning. They're going to have to manufacture the same in the 6th and the 7th to come back from this 5-run deficit. The 3-2 pitch inside for ball 4, and that is going to bring Coach Luke Howard out to the mound for another pitching change, as 2 pitchers are out there in the bullpen for Ouachita. Actually, just one. That other one looks like Caleb Donahoe, who's already been in the game today. So we'll have another pitching change, and we'll talk about it when we come back. Another new pitcher for the Tigers. Top of the 6th, nobody out, 10-5 Northwestern Oklahoma State. Back to Rab Rogers after this timeout.
I've heard people say Ouachita.
Wichita.
Achita.
Ouachita.
Is it pronounced Oakita?
Searching for Washita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
Washita. Washita.
How would you pronounce it?
Washita.
Washita.
It's Washita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Washita, people. It's Washita.
Washita.
Getting directions to Washita Baptist University.
Well, if you didn't know how to pronounce Ouachita before you watched one OSDN broadcast, you probably do after you watch it. And you didn't know how to get here, you probably would as well. But still, some people don't know how to pronounce it. Tigers welcome Noah Fowler to the mound. Fowler, a senior right-handed from Little Rock. Fowler making his 5th appearance of the season. He'll try to get Dashiell Johnson out. Dashiell Johnson is 0 for 2 with a walk. He walked and scored in the 5th. He bats after Yugo Hamakawa reached with a leadoff walk just a batter ago. High fly ball to right field. Tailing away, Bo Burson gives chase, and it's going to get into the bullpen as the wind is blowing from left field to right field, and that ball, which initially looked like it could be fair, drifted not only foul but in the bullpen. Not a ton of foul territory down the lines at Rab Rogers Field, probably only about 10 feet from the left field line and the right field line into the bullpen, to the bullpen fence. So pitcher, not very pitcher friendly down the lines, batter friendly I guess you could say, and Dashiell Johnson took advantage of that. The 1-1 pitch, fastball called strike 2. So Noah Fowler ahead in the count. His first batter. With Hamakawa standing at first. The 1-2 pitch, breaking ball, high fly ball, believe there will be enough room, and the catch is made by Hayden Childers. Hamakawa tagged at first and took an initial 2 or 3 steps to try to draw a throw. Childers did throw down, but McBride was able to catch that, and Hamakawa got down back safely. So Marcus Page steps in. First pitch swinging, foul ball out of play. Page 2 for 3. Singled to left and scored in the second. Singled to center and scored in the fourth, and then struck out swinging in the fifth. He bats with Hamakawa at first. 0-1 count from Noah Fowler. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. So quickly, Fowler is ahead in the count, 0-2. Fowler out of the stretch, righty on righty. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a chopper down the third base line, but foul. Reebok fields that one in foul territory, just beyond the third base bag. And we'll do it again. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Double play ball would be nice. The 0-2 pitch, high and inside, and Page lays off of it for ball 1. In the Tiger half of the 6th, it will be the 8-9-1 hitters, Arrington, Childers, and Burris. The 1-2 pitch just misses. Childers wanted that one. He wanted that one, still wanted that one. Looks like he acknowledges to the dugout that he thought that was strike 3. Instead, it's ball 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 3. So Marcus Page has struck out for the second straight inning. He's 2 for 4 today. Big out from Noah Fowler. You got Johnson to pop up to Childers at catcher for the first out. A strikeout swinging of Page on a nice breaking ball in the dirt, and now that brings up Blake Hoffman. Hoffman has singled to right and scored in the 4th, singled to right and scored in the 5th. Fastball taken on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. That's a tough pitch to hit for a left-handed batter. Fastball tailing away over the outside part of the plate, so Hoffman may just kind of scoot a little bit closer to that inside part of the batter's box. That's somewhat of an open stance. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a foul ball off the end of the bat. And quickly, Fowler is ahead in the count, 0-2. Good work out of the pen to this point from Noah Fowler. Senior righty, finance and business administration major from Little Rock, graduate of Catholic High School. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, and Noah Fowler comes in and just does his job, retiring the 3 Rangers that he faces. 2 strikeouts of Page and Hoffman. Fowler shuts down the Rangers in the top of the 6th, gets it over to his batters in the bottom of the 6th. It'll be 8-9-1 when we come back to Rab Rogers Field, 10-5 Northwestern Oklahoma State. Back to Arkadelphia after this timeout on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Caleb Honey comes out for his first full inning of work after coming in the bottom of the 5th inning when Ouachita had the bases loaded and no outs, only gave up 1 run, did his job, and now he will face Judd Arrington, Hayden Childers, and Cade Burris, the 8-9-1 hitters for Ouachita. Again, we talked about Honey's numbers, 0.90 ERA, a 12-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. And he gets ahead of Arrington on the first pitch, taken for strike 1. 10 innings pitched for Honey coming into the weekend. Is a nice breaking ball, 0-2. 10 innings pitched for Honey, 7 hits, only 1 run. That run was earned, and a 12-1 strikeout to walk ratio. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss at a breaking ball in the left-handed batter's box. It fooled Arrington. The catcher, White, throws down to first base, and so Arrington is retired on the strikeout. 2-3 put out, and Hayden Childers comes to the plate. Hit by a pitch in the second, had a sacrifice fly in the fourth. He bats with nobody on and 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Again, a 7-inning game. This is the second game of today's doubleheader. Northwestern Oklahoma State won game 1 7-3, and that breaking ball has some serious movement that is fooling the Ouachita batters. That ball started out over the middle of the plate and tailed away. Similar pitch there that Honey starts a little bit inside. It breaks over the middle part of the plate, and Childers fouls that one back to the backstop. And for the second batter in a row after the first 2 pitches, Honey is ahead in the count, 0-2. Looking for his 3rd consecutive strikeout. The 0-2 pitch is a fastball called for strike 3. It was a weird sequence. It looked like the catcher was getting back up to throw that ball back to Honey because he thought it was high, and got the home plate umpire's call and instead threw it down to third. Honey working effectively. Back to Burris to the top of the order. First pitch fastball taken for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball misses. Started that one a little bit too far inside and high in the zone, and the count is 1-1. So for the first time this inning, back ahead in the count 1-2, but for the first time this inning, Honey does not get ahead of the batter, 0-2. So 1-2 the count now. He's still ahead in the count though, and Burris will have to get defensive. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a shot into left field. Base hit from Cade Burris, his second single to left of the day. And he extends this inning as a nice throw back in from left field. That was Dashel Johnson. And so Burris gets it to the next guy in the Ouachita lineup as Reebok stands in. A healthy cut at that one, kind of stepped out with the front foot. Got a piece of it, but swing and a miss for strike 1. Reebok walked in the first, single to right center in the third. Pulls this one right to the first baseman base, steps on the bag, and the inning is over. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Northwestern Oklahoma State 10, Ouachita 5. Noah Fowler back out for the top of the 7th when we return on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
In the number 2 position on our top 30 countdown this week, here's In Your Hands. Hey, are you trying to kill us both?
What?
Are you aware that on average there are almost 10 texting and driving deaths each day?
No, that's awful.
Yeah, it is awful, so don't do it. The text can wait.
Thanks.
Anytime. And now...
Remember, the text can wait.
Noah Fowler returns to the mound for Ouachita. Fowler had an effective 6th inning of work after coming in, replacing Carter Wade. Got Dashel Johnson to pop out to the catcher, then 2 strikeouts of Marcus Page and Blake Hoffman. It'll be the 6, 7, 8 hitters in the Northwestern Oklahoma State lineup. Northwestern Oklahoma State looking to go 8-8 in conference. 8-6 in conference, 9-8 overall. Lonadier swings at a first pitch breaking ball for strike one. The 0-1 pitch, a nice job of going down and getting that one from Lonadier. He gets down the line. He's thinking double out of the box and then put on the brakes after he reached first. Nice job by Burris in left field of getting that one in. Parker Base comes to the plate. Lonadier now 2 for 4. Reached on a fielder's choice. It is a single and a double. Parker Base stands in now from the left side. Single in the second, sac fly in the fourth, and a walk in the fifth. He's ahead in the count of Noah Fowler. 1-0. 1-0 pitch, a high pop-up in the infield. Fowler's going to get out of the way. Second baseman Arrington makes the play. Calls off McBride. And Arrington records the first out of the inning on the pop-up to second base from Parker Base. So now Jake White, the catcher, steps in with Lonadier at first. Fastball misses outside for ball one. White flew out to center in the second, reached on an error in the fourth. And that was the at-bat on the bunt that sent Hunter Gotro out. Did see Hunter on crutches earlier, walking back in the locker room, so hope that's nothing serious. A high fly ball to left field. Let's see if that's going to stay fair. It is fair. The umpire just put his hands out foul, and then he said fair. He just said his hands out foul, and then he pointed fair. Now he and Coach Howard are talking about it. Umpire wins out on that one. I do believe that ball was fair, much more fair than the one in the fourth, but the run does score. Lonadier scores from first. Jake White with an RBI double. It was awkward, though. The umpire put both hands up in the air like he was saying it was a foul ball and then pointed fair. Brett Erickson grounds out 6-3 for the second out of the inning. 11-5 now, Northwestern Oklahoma State. That ball from White landed on the line, almost at the warning track, if not on the warning track. So now White, after his RBI double, stands at second with 2 outs, 11-5 Rangers. Top of the seventh of the 7-inning game. Shot in the left center field gap. Mitchum's going to run over and catch the line drive for the third out of the inning. That's a solid shot by Dylan Norson. That's just tough. You hit a ball that hard, and you hit it where Mitchum can run under it and make the play. So 11-5. Tigers need 6 in the bottom of the seventh to extend it. I got the work cut out for him, and we'll see what they do when we come back. Honey out for his second full inning of work on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. Last chance for the Tigers. Caleb Honey has not given up 6 runs all year. He's given up 1 and 11-plus innings of work. And so Northwestern Oklahoma State believes they have this one in command. For Ouachita, it will be the 3-4-5 hitters trying to extend this. You go back to that 5th inning. if you're just joining us and seeing how this game played out, Ouachita scored 2 runs in the bottom of the first to take a 2-run lead. Northwestern Oklahoma State tied it with a solo shot from Hamakawa in the third. Scored 3 in the fourth, but it was that 5th inning where Northwestern Oklahoma State scored 5 that really separated. 10-4 was the score. And then Ouachita came up to bat in the bottom of the 5th inning, trying to respond to Northwestern Oklahoma State's 5 runs, and had the bases loaded with nobody out. And the Rangers held Ouachita to only 1 run after that, and that's kind of where the rally stopped. C.W. Schrader will try to get things started back in the bottom of the 7th inning as he somewhat disagrees with a first pitch fastball called a strike. The 0-1 pitch is up the middle. Hamakawa fields it, gets around on it, throws over to first base, and Schrader is retired on the 6-3 putout. Cole Kelly 0 for 2 with a walk. He comes up with 1 out and trying to get base runners for the Tigers. Got to have at least 6 more come to the plate, and that's if all 6 of those scored. Kelly swing and a miss at a first pitch breaking ball from Honey. The third batter we've seen him start off a breaking ball in the middle of the plate and just fall away from the right-handed batter. White's going to set up on that outside part of the plate as well, and it's the exact same pitch, same result. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Honey in control of this at-bat. Kind of can do what he wants to here. The 0-2 pitch, fastball, trying to place it on that outside part of the plate. Gotten that call some today. Or he was trying to get Kelly to go fishing. Couldn't quite get it, and so the count is 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Kelly. The 1-2 pitch, swing, and a pop-up in the infield. Base, the first baseman in foul territory, can't make the play, so Cole Kelly gets a gift and gets another chance. Base was playing behind first base. That ball probably was closer to the catcher and the pitcher, although those guys, that is very tough for those two to make, especially with the pitcher coming off the mound looking into the sun. You don't want your pitcher trying to make that play. Base had to run at probably about 60 feet to make that catch. Couldn't quite do it. The 1-2 pitch, breaking ball outside. Nice job by Jake White. Backhanding that one. And the count to Kelly is 2-2. The 2-2 pitch, thought it was a swing and a miss, but he just got enough of that one to stay alive and keep White from being able to catch it. So Kelly stays alive, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out in the bottom of the 7th and last inning. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 3, and Cole Kelly goes down on strikes for the 2nd out of the inning. Cade McBride has been the hottest hitter of this game for Ouachita. 2 for 3. A 2 RBI, 2-out double in the first. A double, and he scored in the 4th. And he flew out to left field in the 5th. He will try to get it to Pierce Mitchum. First pitch, foul ball out of play. Honey is ahead in the count, 0-1. We would like to go back and see if there has been a batter in which Honey has gotten behind in the count after the first pitch. Pitchers want to throw first pitch strikes, and he has done that in his 2+ innings, and that time he hits it off the hand of Cade McBride. I'm going to say foul ball. It did catch the hand of McBride. They're going to call the home plate umpire. Now they're going to give him first base. They took the glove off. I don't know if you could see it or not. They took the glove off, showed the umpire, and said, "See, here are the seams. See these? That's not normal." And then he said, "Well, I guess you're right. Let's give you first base." As you can kind of see, after McBride dropped his bat down, he looked at the umpire and said, "Did you say foul ball?" He said, "Yes." But McBride will end up at first base, like he should. And Pierce Mitchum comes up to the plate. First pitch swinging, foul ball. McBride, actually, they're going to call a balk. They're going to call a balk on the pitcher. And so McBride will end up at second base. So no pitch. And McBride's at second on the balk. So now a runner in scoring position for Ouachita. You can see McBride still holding that hand, that right hand gingerly out there at second base. Mitchum. Now the first pitch he sees is catches the outside part of the plate for strike one. Yeah, McBride really still feeling that right hand out there, bouncing around between pitches there, holding it. The 0-1 pitch to Mitchum, swing and a miss on the high fastball. So now Honey is ahead in the count. Excuse me, 0-2. Mitchum, last chance for Ouachita. He'll try to extend it to Burson. The 0-2 pitch. Look for a breaking ball. There it is. A shot into right center field, and it gets by the right fielder. McBride's going to score to make it 11-6. And Pierce Mitchum with the RBI. I believe that will still be credited as an RBI. I think McBride would have been going on the, I believe McBride was going to be going on it anyway, so I'm not sure if that's going to be an RBI or if they give the right fielder an error. See how they do? They have ruled that that's an error. That's a tough one. I don't think it's going to go down as an RBI either. Regardless, it's 11-6. Mitchum is at first base with a single. Bo Burson will come to bat for the Tigers. He did have a triple in the fourth inning. So I guess the ruling was that McBride was not going to be running unless if the outfielder had fielded that ball cleanly. I almost think that McBride running is why the outfielder didn't field the ball cleanly. But regardless, it's a run, and that's all that really matters. And that might do it. A high fly ball, Bermuda Triangle. They're going to have to run a long way for it, but it does settle under the right fielder for Northwestern Oklahoma State. That is Dylan Norson. And that is the final out of the game. Your final score, Northwestern State 11, Ouachita 6. Northwestern Oklahoma State wins the series, and they will try to go for the sweep tomorrow. The game is scheduled for a noon first pitch. But as we mentioned earlier, if you have been watching, there is some weather that is potentially going to come into the area at some point Saturday, so that start time could be moved earlier tomorrow, Saturday. So tune in to OBUTigers.com. Obviously, if you're watching from Alva or a fan of Northwestern Oklahoma State, they'll also post that on their social media as well and website, but you can tune in to OBUTigers.com. And the Ouachita Baseball and Ouachita Athletics social media pages if there is a time change for tomorrow's game. Well, that'll do it from Rab Rogers Field for today. Northwestern Oklahoma State gets the sweep of the doubleheader with a 7-3 win in Game 1 and an 11-6 victory in Game 2. Would like to thank our Ouachita Sports Digital Network crew, Bailey Redden on camera, Brock Ingold on camera, Matthew Branch and Katie Hatchett in the truck. For the crew at OSDN, this is Chris Babb saying thanks for tuning in, and we'll be on the air again tomorrow from Rab Rogers Field for Ouachita Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports